In this video, I'm excited to share with you a very unique and not well-known idea in a very popular opening, the French defense. And I've used this idea many times against very strong players successfully, including ANISH GIRI. But first, did you know that I accept fan mail? I have a PO box in the description if you want to send little things. But I just want to shout out Harley, who built this. Harley has a woodwork shop. I've linked it in the description below. It's expensive stuff, but you can go check it out. You don't have to necessarily buy if you don't want to. And he made this himself. It's amazing. It's like a wooden king with a detachable Batman bat. Amazing. Just I'm grateful beyond words. I'm gonna put it up on the shelf. Yeah, just wanted to shout him out properly. Let's get into the theory here. If you would like to jump around in the video, you are more than welcome to do that. But today we are experiencing the birth of the Rozman French. So this happens after e4, e6, d4, d5. Now this is considered the French defense. Sometimes white can play with the two knights. Even in this kind of main line position, white has options. In particular, we're going to focus on the two knight moves. So knight d2, the Tarrasch, or knight c3. The weapon that I'm showing you is pawn takes pawn, which if you put into a database, we'll say it's the Rubinstein French. But most of the positions here will play some move that is not the move knight to f6. Knight f6, immediately offering a trade of knights, and if white takes, there is pawn takes f6. This was the thumbnail, this was the picture on the board on the thumbnail, and this is the position that we're after. Now, this wouldn't be a very good video if I just left you here. So I'm going to show you small ideas that you can explore a little bit, more deeply if they don't play the knight. For example, if they play the advanced French, the best thing to do against the advanced French is the move c5, followed by knight c6, pressuring the center, and getting this knight to f5. So something like knight h6, knight f5, or knight e7, knight f5. Those are kind of the general ideas. Now, there is theory here, which I recommend you look through an openings database, but this is how you play against the advanced French. You look at this base of operations here. And the exchange French, I actually think a good way to play this is to castle queenside. This is what I'll recommend for you. If they don't play the move c4 very early, you should castle queenside. So for example, knight f3, knight c6, something like this. Bishop to g4, queen d7, long castle. And try to create an attack on the enemy king, because they're going to go this way, and this is a way for you to fight in an otherwise boring position. If they do play c4, just go knight f6, develop the bishop, and castle this way. There's no way to avoid this. Beginners will be playing ed5 a lot because people don't know what to do, so they'll just take and then they'll kind of go here. But, you can look up some exchange French ideas. Exchange French is not dangerous whatsoever for black. If you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, any opening is going to be dangerous. So the main thing that we're focusing on is knight d2, knight c3. Now, if you do come across something else, you got I can't solve all your problems in this video. I'm not pretending to be a therapist or anything like that. But you're going to take against either of these two and knight f6. And even here, white can do some weird stuff. Like, white can just avoid the trade. What I like to do here is I really like to play h5 and h4. That really confuses people. But just going c5 is already good enough. And of course, if take, now they can't castle anymore, and you have a lead in development. So nothing to complain about here. As well as just like knight c6 and bishop, and like, you're fine. You're totally fine. One variation where they can play bishop g5. Here I just go block. If they take with the bishop, you can take with the bishop or the pawn. If you want to stay similar to these positions, this is called the burn variation, like, ow, that burns, B-U-R-N. And if they take with a knight, you can go here, here, and here. And this is completely harmless. Castle, b6, bishop b7, put a rook on d8, pressure the center. Life is good. We are going to focus primarily on this position. So first things first, why would you do this? If you double these pawns, it's very unlikely you will castle this way. You're right. Your next few moves will be a combination of knight c6, b6, bishop b7, queen out, and castle. Long. You're castling long. Many positions, your rook will go to this file, and it will pressure on the g file. The bishop on b7 and the rook on g8 together, in many cases, will deliver a nasty, nasty mate on g2. Nasty attacking possibilities there, especially if you bring your bishop there. So in a perfect world, this looks something like this. Knight f3, knight c6, bishop d3, b6, something like this. Just giving you kind of, you know, the possibilities, right? And now you can kind of see this in action. This knight oftentimes needs to make way for the bishop. It can go to b4 hitting this. It can come back like this and then rotate to the other squares. This bishop, I mean, basically always comes to the square if it's going to come out. And the queen sometimes goes to d5, and sometimes you can play e5, opening the door. The games in the later part of the video will hopefully kind of put it all together for you. In a lot of different positions, white is going to attack, like if white is playing this correctly, white will start a queenside pawn attack. You will see in the games how to stop that, but generally, the A pawn is the one that's going to hit your pawn here. The B pawn doesn't matter, because let's just play some random moves. Even if the B pawn gets here, you just move the knight. And now your bishop is just super active, and the pawn is blocked. Right? Really, the attack here, let's, you know, again, we can take this, but just speaking hypothetically, this is really what's a little bit more scary. And so what I recommend is if you end up in a position, you know, let's say with b4 coming, let's say they play a4, b4, a5, you'll see later that in a lot of positions, a5 is just a good move because it stops the white attack with b2, b4. Now, there are some very nasty traps also. One of my favorite traps is after knight f3, knight c6, g3. ANISH played this against me. So here, e5 is a very good move, just striking the pawn. If white takes, you take, and bishop to g4 with a pin. Next move, you will castle queenside, hitting the king. And I actually beat a very strong Indian grandmaster, Krishnan Sasikaran, in the variation where he pushed. And the game went knight b4, hitting this. He played bishop c4 to protect. I played c6. He took. I went take, bishop g4. And when he came back, I castled queenside with check. Bishop came to block. And now bishop to h6. And his position is just basically collapsing here. The pressure here is too much. And he ended up resigning a few moves later. One of my other favorite traps here is after c4, which is very natural. And bishop f5 is winning because white cannot stop the knight from coming to c2. If queen a4 check here, there is b5, winning a tempo on the queen. Of course, if pawn takes, knight c2, so people will go check again. And now look at this, c6. They can't take with the queen. They can't take the knight because it's protected, by the way. If dc6, check here, and now we don't even take the rook. We do this, and it's mate. I've won a handful of games like this against strong players too, grandmasters. Very, very tricky and venomous line. And actually, you know, recently I played some bullet against the niche GIRI, Mr. 3100 himself, and I caught him. And it was actually the only game I was able to beat ANISH. I mean, because he's a better player than me, not because my openings are bad. But he played into this, and he realized quickly that his pawn was falling, so he just gave it up. And, you know, I did what you're supposed to do in this opening. I just played for the attack on that side of the board. And watch what I did. I traded off his piece. And then I used the expansion on this side. And I managed to break through with my pawns and my bishop. And ANISH just basically, he had no defense for this attack. That's not to say I'm somehow, you know, a genius or something. I'm just saying that if, even against the Super GM, ANISH is an, you know, incredibly strong player, the position that you get can be very unpleasant if you do, you know, if you fall into kind of this position. And you know, there's other features, like for example, bishop b5. Against bishop b5, I like to play queen up, hitting the bishop. There's some positions where queen up is good. Some positions where queen d6 and bishop d7 is a little bit better. And if you have a chance to like get this bishop, so for example, you know, like this is fine. But now a6, get this bishop. If you can get this bishop, the light squared bishop, to be the only light squared bishop on the board, you will win a lot of games, as you will see from the games section. I even would recommend to do stuff like this. Just go for the bishop. Knight a5. The way you practice these positions is you kind of get the flow for them. You look at the games that I've played here, you check the database to see, you know, how other folks are playing these positions. And you fill in the gaps with a computer. You analyze and you go, what did I do wrong? How did I play this correctly? How did I play it incorrectly? This might be a little bit of an easier thing to play if you're like 1400 because the structure is so weird, right? Like, if you're a beginner, you're much more used to castling kingside. Here you can kind of navigate a weird pawn structure better, but give it a shot if you're, you know, if you're a newer player as well, because we're all tired of e4, e5, obviously. I hope this helps. I hope this helps. And Pete, you know, I will put the moves in the description, obviously. And feel free to drop games in the comments, for example. You guys can start conversation in the comment section, for example, about different games that you play. So now we will go through the games that I played on stream against subscribers. Enjoy. Okay, it's game time. Let's play Kleine Peter. 971. We'll start things off with 971. E6. If you want to play the advance or exchange, you are welcome to, but for the most part, I would like to focus on this. Knight to f6. And if you'd like to play bishop g5 here, you can give it a shot. So there is knight d2 and knight c3, and it's interchangeable. So this is... he's already thinking, which is a good sign. And the good thing is this gets French players out of their comfort zone quickly. Bishop d3, b6. Bishop b7. Again, bishop b4, not too scary. A lot of d5 stuff is met with a knight move. Okay, so far so good. Okay, a3's a move. You will see stuff like this. Okay, this is common. And this is not a problem because it's just opening another line. So if he takes that, great. I get 2 open lines. h7's, this is the most disposable pawn that you have. You do not care. You do not care. And I'm not worried about b5 because then I'll move my horse and I will be happy. Plays c3. I know his idea. He wants this. It's a good idea. See, these guys know what's coming, so they're well prepared. Now we need some big brain stuff here. Do we play bishop d6 or knight e7? I definitely like this move. This move looks very natural. But maybe knight e7 first was better, just not even moving this piece. So now we have 1 piece, 2 pieces, maybe a third. When we move the knight, we have a 4th. But this knight will rotate toward the center. I think we're doing quite well. I think we're doing quite well. This is already a pretty decent example. Play c4, definitely a valid idea, and he wants to play c5. Shall we go for a double stack? Rook g7, I guess there is bishop to h6. How about this? Let's go here. I have an idea. Famous last words. Famous last words. I have an idea. Might be a little bit premature. So first, I had one idea. And that idea involved sacrificing a lot of things. This next idea, this was my idea. So if this, there is this. If this, I will go here, which is always a useful square for the queen. Because then you can transfer the queen over, and right now, because every pawn is on a dark square, my light-squared bishop is even more valuable. So queen to d5. I'm down a piece. He should be able to defend this with precise play, but it's kind of tricky to do that. Okay, so first things first, it's already very hard for him to play a move. Like, it's because he can't move the g-pawn, he shouldn't move his king, he can't move his knight, he can't move his bishop, he can't move this bishop. He probably has a move here which is fine, but it's incredibly difficult to find. because I don't even see it. And I don't know what it is. You know, he could defend with rook to g1, which looks very natural. So he's just going straight for it, but he's missing that I have queen to h5. And now we see the true power of the position. He can go c6. Somebody said c6, but c6 I just take. And now bishop f3, and we just win. We just win. Because of the pin, the queen and the bishop, this is hit, this is a mate threat, and it's game over. I mean, just look, like, you see how quickly it falls apart on the king side? Crazy, right? Just crazy. Bishop f3, game is over. Even rook g2 and queen g4 there was probably something. So, chat, you guys have slowed down. Are you still alive? You still good, guys? Because this is some premium content here. Look at this. Queen d5, queen h5, bishop f3, bam. And now we have something even prettier. We can go here, here, and I believe we have forced mate after rook to g8. I'm not interested in the bishops. I am interested in mate. And the combination of checkmate threats seems to be unstoppable. I think he had rook, maybe rook coming this way, but this is just mate. Vicious, he played great for 970. I mean, you know, like this 970 is very deceptive. He played great, and this is so brutal. This is so brutal. I honestly, before I jump to the next game, I want to see what his defensive move was. Wait, this is winning. The engine is giving this -2. The engine is saying this is winning. This whole idea was winning. Even though white has a full turn to stop it, white can't do anything. Wow. Okay, no, but that just shows the true power here. I mean, I thought that white had a move. This is unstoppable, according to the computer. Wow, that is brutal. So knight to h4 defending this is met with rook takes g2. That's the beauty of this. Because if takes, this is mate. And if you don't take, I mean, okay, if you don't take, like, I mean, I don't know what you want. I just bring my next, you know what I mean? Wow. Wow. And I know he's he's 970. Of course he was gonna... Guys, it's very easy to go like, oh, he's 970. But at the end of the day, anybody is capable of playing his moves. He played very, very natural and very decent looking moves. I mean, I would not predict he was 970 if I didn't know his rating. And turns out that this whole sacrificial idea is just, I mean, that is unbelievable. Wow. What a game to start out on. What a game to start out on. That is going to be good. That is going to be really good. Let's play Der Nomad. Wow. We are off to a good start. This is, yeah, and amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So hopefully this, and again, you can kind of play this similarly if they don't play the two pawns in the center, but, okay, here. Here. Take. No, I haven't watched the Hikaru video yet, but we will. Once we're done with this, that is my next plan. So takes. What's this gonna do? Last guy played like this. I mean, some people... Okay, knight c6. Let's see if he plays g3. Somebody should try to play g3 for content. Play c3. Yup, people do this. Yup. And then they will go like this. Yup. That is a thing that they do for sure. And try to, guys, when you're playing, try to not stream snipe. You know, don't listen to me. Trust yourselves. What are my thoughts about Seme? Is that a serious question? I mean, the guy's great. What do you want me to say? You want me to secretly admit that I really don't like him? Like, Seme is amazing, man. Makes great content. Really, really good content. I want to go queen d5. I like it because there's some weird, like... I'm going to go queen d5. Because c4, we give a check. We're okay. We're completely okay with c4. His distract is excellent. It's a genius piece of musical work. It's brilliant. Okay, now we give this check. He blocks. Makes sense. I want to go a6 now. Somebody said, why not a6? Well, now I'm playing it. I don't go a6 because I'm completely okay here. This is really not a position you need to be so worried about. Now I will go with this rook g2. Okay, so of course he should castle, because that is definitely the best move. Of course he should castle. Man. No, castling would result in a very brutal defeat. Very brutal. First of all, queen f3, and second of all, rook takes g2. He's in trouble now, but he can kind of avoid, you know, losing immediately. Immediately. In fact, I think I should have just went for the queen. Okay, I can sack the queen and get 2 rooks and a horse. But let's go here. Let's anticipate that he's going this way, and let's just start an attack there. Oh no! Oh no! No! Now this works! Oh, brutal. Oh no, oh goodness. Aha, he thought he was tricking me though. So if rook there, yeah, so this is gonna be, oh, okay, so luckily I have check. Totally didn't see that before. Got lucky there. No, I did. This is the idea. Oh no! No! What? His rook. He had to play. Yeah. Well, now we're just up a rook. Okay. And d5 is d5. Oh no, my bishop. And there goes the queen, sadly. He's playing very confidently. To his credit, he is playing very quickly. He is very quickly running out of pieces. But at least he's playing, you know, confidently. But now, guys, I mean, this is 2 games now. I mean, these are good players. These are good players, and this opening is just very tough to deal with. Next, I'll play Kind of Ping Jake. He's 1400. For today's climb, I wanted to play What's up, Finton? How are you? How are you? Now he is pinned. For today's climb, I wanted to play like more 16, 17, 1800. Because, guys, I've played this opening with tremendous success. And not like, you know, tremendous, you know, not like that tremendous. Like seriously, against like 2000, 2200, you know? 2300. Oh man, all the pieces are gone now. I mean, again, like, this guy didn't play anything insane. We played a couple of accurate moves. We got the bishop safely, and then we just went to work. That is just what we did, you know? That is just what we did. All right, Jake, you're up next. You are up next. Please play normal stuff. Okay, now, again, bishop g5 is possible. And if they play knight to g3, I like to go h5. That's what I like to do. Knight c6. Welcome, guys. Welcome. A lot of people watching on YouTube make it over to Twitch, ultimately. So welcome to the stream. And now e5. Is Jake doing this for content? Is Jake doing... Oh, I think Jake is sacrificing himself on the altar of content. Oh, Jake might be... Oh, Jake. Or play bishop c4. If white castles long, we don't give him a chance. We don't give him a chance. Bishop c4 maybe? So c4 bishop f5 is game over. c4 bishop f5 is game over. I showed that line in the theory portion of the video. Well, those of you watching on Twitch haven't seen that, but those watching on YouTube, this is all one video. So c4 bishop f5. This will be up on YouTube. So bishop c4 and c6. And he's just, okay, he's just giving me this. If here I would have just taken, I guess I will just go pawn takes. Bishop b5, bishop d. So now we just have an extra pawn. Big center, extra pawn. Okay. So we'll have to play an endgame. We'll have to play an endgame up 2 pawns. I've done more difficult things in my life. So, you know, at least if you get an endgame where you are doing quite well, then... Actually, that's a great move. Just realize that's a very tricky move. He's attacking this, and if I go here, he takes, and I can't take because of the pin. So I have to play the move a6. Be careful about your king. Be careful about your weaknesses. Watch his weaknesses. I need to consolidate here. Can I go bishop d6? I think I can, because if he pins me, I just go king e7. Okay, so king e7, he doesn't have this. Oh, he did it very confidently, but I just took it. Yeah, knight h4, knight f5 looked very good. But luckily, it's just covered. It's just covered. It's just covered. Is this a sub-battle? Sure. If you want it to be a sub-battle, it can be a sub-battle. Put the bishop here. I don't know if he's gonna do. How come I'm not a GM? Because I'm not. How come you're not a polar bear? Because you're not, right? I mean, it's tough to, you know, it's just, like, certain things are just factual. You are a polar bear? Wow. There's a guy in chat named Filipino Refugee, but he also is a polar bear. Incredible. Now, is being a polar bear your full-time job or your part-time job? I'm gonna go here to trade the rook. If he checks me, I'll just move my king up one square. And now we will clean this up. We'll play the a pawn. Easy peasy. a4. I can't quite push, but I will play bishop here. Also, bishop b6 was beautiful, but this also works. Or not. Okay, it doesn't work. Never mind. He's putting up a fight. Bishop b6 takes, and I was promoting, but this is good. The a pawn keeps the king over there. I did see your question. There was a question in chat about, do you think certain openings should be banned from top-level tournaments to kind of keep the game interesting? I love the idea. I don't know how they would conceptualize it, but I love the idea. The same way certain characters in Overwatch get banned. I don't know if that's true for competitive, you know, but that would be great. Like, no e4, e5, you know, for example. But not everybody likes that idea. They don't like the interference with the game. Okay. His king's going to go on a little bit of a journey somewhere here. Give him a check. Check. Mate. Oh, I'm stupid. He just came from that square. International Master can't checkmate in a plus 23 position. How many mates do I have here? 1, 2, 3... Is that it? Just 3? That's boring. Alright, GG. He played into the poisonous line with g3, e5, the immediate break. And then bishop g4 ideas, e4, etc., etc. You know, for example, some people here go like this. I like to go bishop g4 here. Queen d5, e4, ed4. Etc. All right, let's keep going. Play Nitro Tibble next. Nitro Tibble, why do I have the white pieces, sir? Why do I have the white pieces? You are officially being farmed for YouTube content. I am supposed to play with black. Sir. Do I have a YouTube channel? No. But I will be making YouTube videos soon on my YouTube channel. No, I don't have a YouTube channel yet. Good question though. Definitely looking forward to it. Okay, so what is he gonna do? So if white does castle, maybe he'll castle queenside. Who knows? Bishop f4. That is a move. Knight c6. Bishop f4 is a move. Now we go for this guy. Now, personally, I actually like to go with bishop d6 here as a move order, but I'll go with b6. It's completely fine. Bishop B7. Someone in the chat is very confused. I do indeed have a YouTube channel. Yes. It is Gothamchess. And those watching on YouTube right now must be extra confused. And Nitro has castled queenside. Okay. This does happen every now and then. Brother Mike gave 10 tier 2 subs. Wow. What a generous donation. That is a massive donation. I'm not sure you guys can do the math on that, but wow. Crazy. Thank you. Let's go queen d5. Except that's a terrible move. I really wanted to attack this pawn, but it's not a good move. It's not a very good move. But it's okay. It's better to just go here and go for a castles, probably. But it's tough to castle even, because a6. So, yeah, long castles by white is a little bit less fun, but... Oh, interesting. Ooh, this is very brave by him. This is very, very brave. Okay. Now, he can take this, but it's not super advisable. That's an incredible sub bomb. Thank you. Cross 300 on the day. Unbelievable. Queen c3. Well, I want to give a check, but the king is going to escape. So why don't we go here? And whatever is blocked, queen a1. And this is bad. This is very bad for him. This is very bad. Very, very bad. We have locked in the king's escape. Queen a1, he would have went king d2, and our queen would have had to move. Queen e3, there is a way out here. There is a way out. There is a way out. Folks saying, guys, what is queen b1? He does play this. He did have a better way. He could have played knight to g5. And then if bishop takes, he could have played pawn to f4, defended by the bishop. That would have hit my bishop, and this guy would have had to have been accurate, but he does this, and yeah, now we clean up. So now let's put the rook on this file, move the bishop, move the queen, and then we'll win. Knight g5. Thank you for the raid, Parthenope. Thank you. So now we have this. Check, take the bishop, and we are in cruise control now. Bring this. Guess he's making me prove that I can win. I respect it. I say below 1500 you should not resign. He's 1497. He fits that criteria. As long as you're playing and not stalling out the clock, if you play till mate, they should mate you. You know? That's checkmate. So, he castled long, which is interesting. Normally what I like to do is just get rid of the bishop and then do the developing. This sometimes can be a little bit better. At the same time, there's also another way to play this with like knight e7, knight d5, or knight g6 to go after the bishop. But beyond that, I mean, this bishop h6 idea that I mentioned in the game was missed. Super Daniel, let's go. Guys, again, just 2 people in a row. Challenging with the... Come on, guys. What is this? I mean, I can start the game myself, but... Come on, guys. But GG, Nitro. Okay. Now he's gonna play d4 or something. He's gonna play d4. He's gonna do something else. Tizano, thank you for the 3 months of tier 3. Support in the stream today. Support the last 3 days on stream has been unbelievable. On YouTube as well. You know, on YouTube we hit 500,000 views in 48 hours. You guys understand what that means? That is an astounding number to me. Okay, he takes. G3. Ah! But knight c6 anyway. Now with bishop to g2, plays like this. Maybe e5 anyway. But now d5 is actually not bad. Okay, let's go here. You believe I'm the best learning channel? Thanks. I also believe such a thing. Thank you. Queen d7. So this is the first time we have a guy who successfully fianchettoed. I'm gonna castle. He'll probably castle. Yep. Okay. This is gonna be maybe the most instructive game today. Thank you, by the way, for the bits. Thank you. Should I let him go a5? Should I let him go a5? Or should I play a5 myself? Let's go a5. So he doesn't play b4. Because a lot of people play a4, and then they want to go b4. So we just don't let them. And some people will sacrifice everything on the queen side, and then we'll just end up 2 pawns up and nothing to fear. So this is common. You say, well, Levi, I castled there. Why would I do this? It's because it's completely fine for you. Because it's completely fine for you, that's why. h5. a5, h5. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, h4. Very, very fitting. So now bishop to d6, and the point is that at some point in the future, we will absolutely Wreck-It Ralph on the king side. That's what we're gonna do. Secret Crocodile, thank you. You know, I made those 10-minute YouTube videos about openings because I felt like there was a niche for that, you know? There was a niche. Watching 1-hour pre-recorded live lectures just wasn't great. The same way that Agat Mator discovered that, you know, no one did really good, well-paced recap videos. You know? Not ANISH GIRI, guys. ANISH. Like N-I-C-H-E. Wrong niche. Let's go here. He is really preparing this b4 move. I am really preparing to end his existence. So that's what we're going to try to do. Last game I played here. Let's double up. Let's double up. I feel like my rook's the only piece not attacking. I am so happy that he prepared this move, which accomplishes almost nothing. 5,500 bits from Brother Mike. Look at that beautiful cheer badge. Gorgeous. Unbelievable. Thank you. He's Gustav Giri? Gustav, guys. Gustav, guys. I'm not gonna lie, after yesterday's stream with Anish and Vidit, I was walking around my house just saying Gustav Giri. Gustav Giri. Gustav, guys. Gustav. Gustav, guys. I was just walking around the house saying it. It was like some really weird experience, like transcendent out-of-body experience. Okay, how about bishop takes g3? Now here, and we have reached... Actually, I just realized that was a slight inaccuracy, I think. But it's okay. I realized he had something. I got a little bit too hyped. Let's queen takes. But if he's not gonna take me, then I'll be very happy. Yeah, Mike is on fire. He's Mike's a huge supporter of the channel, so. He goes here, can I sacrifice my queen? Do we want beauty points? Do we want beauty points? Will I play here? I think we do. I think you guys are here. Let's go here. So now, he can't really move his knight. He's got something in my throat. In times of COVID, getting something in your throat and coughing a lot is like the scariest feeling. There we go. It's like everything we've practiced. It's everything we've practiced. Queen f3, knight moves, bishop activated. Yeah, anytime I have to cough in public, I'm like, you know, I don't want to get killed. Hendon T says, came from watching YouTube. You've given me so much free info that I felt bad not being a sub. Dude, you never have to feel bad. That is an interesting idea. He's saying if takes, that he's going to take my rook. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying anything right now. I'm just going to go here. Because it defends my rook. And it activates my bishop and my queen. And it's about to be bad news. So... No, a lot of people do that. A lot of people watch a lot on YouTube. They come over to Twitch and then they just, you know, they donate something huge. And I'm just, you know, I'm just happy to be here. So, can I win in some beautiful way here? There must be some beautiful victory. Kind of sad there isn't. Maybe there is. Hold on. I'm looking. Here? No. Some rook g1? Take. No, he's always getting out somehow. I mean, just. Oh no, that's a queen trade. I don't want one of those. There is this. That work? No, but then he takes my rook. Wait a second. Then he takes my rook. Then he takes my rook, and I look like an idiot. So let's not do that. Let's just go here. And let's not, no. We're not gonna be, we are making the content on YouTube. We are not, anyway. Yeah, rook g4 threatens this, and this, by the way, this, which also leads to mate. This bishop, guys, is $1 million piece. Bishop b7 OP in the chat, guys. He can play queen f7. That is a great move, which loses the game immediately. Bishop b7 is so okay, and he, you know, he takes, but now we just bishop b7 OP. I'm kind of disappointed he's making me convert this, but now I can go here. If he keeps coming forward, it's mate, and actually I'm just gonna play here no matter what. Actually, there's something else. I can take this guy, and then take this guy when he takes. But in general... Oh, no, I also have check. I'm seeing a lot of stuff. Check. Could I have just played that? Am I terrible at chess? I could have just played rook h4. Whatever. We made it. Okay? We got there. Now, this guy's 1570. Okay? We didn't do anything special. We played in the style of the opening. We stopped the attack. And we went to work on the king side. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now we will start moving up in this world. I want to, from here on out, basically play people who are like 1700. No disrespect if you are not 1700. I'm also getting challenged by a 2500, but no. And the reason I wanted to do this is because I want to show that this opening, you can play this opening at a very high level. So let's start with this guy. You know, because some people think, oh, Gotham only makes these silly meme openings like Jalalabad. No. Gotham makes good content. This is the Rozman French, if anyone's just getting here. Yeah, bishop b5. So like I said, here there's queen d5, which is a fun line. Now he's thinking. Bishop b5. Bishop b5, if he takes, I'm just very happy. So I'll play this, but obviously queen d6, bishop d7. He's deep in thought. Now most people here, okay, well, I mean, this is not good. You don't want to do this with black. This is not good. This is not good. I mean, because think about it. Look at the power my light-squared bishop is going to have once he trades his light-squared bishop. No, c4 is not terrible. It's actually the only move. You have to go c4 and let me check you a few times. And it's equal. The other line, which I showed in the beginning of the stream, was queen d6, bishop d7. In this position. And it's not good to play a6 because you don't want to damage your structure. But you can still... So... Right, so I have this, which will force this move. Because it's check and bishop is hanging, and now I'll play rook g8. So the usual. We're doing the usual stuff here. The usual stuff. Now g3 just loses to this. But frankly, how else does he defend? Rook G1? Rook G1 is a terribly depressing move to have to make, but it might be necessary. It might be necessary. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe it's necessary. He honestly, I mean, King F1, Bishop A6, and I'm not so sure he's so happy there. Oh! He should go King F1, because then there would be something beautiful. Hey, Jean-Michel Grenier, can you please play King F1? Just do it for content. It's okay if you admit that you're stream sniping. I want to show the chat something beautiful. Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it for content. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so gorgeous. Unless he goes back. Guys, do you see what's coming? Or maybe he's not, because, I don't know, maybe he played, I don't know, maybe he's not sniped. I don't know. I don't know. Continue for content. YouTube will be, oh my goodness, Rook G2 and Queen to G4. Mate! It's mate! It's mate, guys! Move 14 checkmate. He did it for us. Oh my. That is so nice. It's literally mate. It's just, it's mate on the board. But you know what the crazy thing is? You want to see the evaluation already after Rook G8? -1 after Rook G1. It's worse than that, by the way. I think it's even worse. So just Bishop B7 here, and if Queen to D2, like Queen E2, let's say Queen E2, just trying to look at this, guys. Look at this. Queen takes F3, and I get 2 rooks and the knight, and we're winning. We're winning. The bishop on B7 is killer, and here this is not a scary check. Just here, and what about castling? We'll castle next. We castle next. Why wouldn't he castle? Ah, well, he's been watching. Castling leads to devastating things. Rook takes G2. Check. And the gorgeous bishop on B7. How does white prevent this? White does not prevent it. You sack a rook, you play bishop B7, and the game is still over, even with castling. This is why this line is so vicious. I have beaten so many strong players